Greetings, peace and blessings. Welcome to the spiritual experience. We are all on our own journey called life. I will be your host, helping to navigate you through these challenging times. Know that we are all spiritual beings here on the human experience, meaning we're here to learn, to evolve to the highest versions of ourselves while raising our vibration and creating a better quality of life. Let's see what's on today's prayer card. Bring joy to your servant, Lord, for I put my trust in you. Psalms 86:4, 8 and 6 being 14, plus 4, which equals 18, which breaks down to a 9, meaning we're releasing what no longer serve us, while creating that space for the divine to bring us what we need and resonate with our soul. I know that's right. Now, before we jump into anything else, I want to take a second and honor the divine with a protection prayer. I want to take a moment and honor the divine, the highest of white light. Please see your protection while I channel this energy. And if any negative energy tries to come my way, please transmute into peace, love, power, and light, and let all evil eyes go blind and monitoring spirits go deaf. While I open my heart, mind, and spirit to the divine. Divine spirit, I'm willing to learn and be teachable while transcending my energy into peace, love, power, and light. And may that be so in the name of Jesus. Amen. Now let's see what's going on in this divine energy war. Spirit, please and thank you. And remember, y'all, my videos are timeless. They are meant for you whenever you see them. And use your own discernment when viewing my messages. And if you want to donate to the platform, feel free. All my information is in the description. Thank you to all my viewers, members, and subscribers. Thank you to my first-time viewers. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Thank you to everyone for viewing my channel. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to tune in to me, and I deeply appreciate that, because you know I'm going to bring you that tea straight from the Divine Energy War Grid, okay? Now, remember, y'all, flip gender roles as needed. Now, let's see what universal insights the universe has for us today. Okay, so we have 2 and 3, which is 5, plus 3, which is 8, plus 2, which is 10, and 6, which is 16, so divine intervention. We're having a tower, and that 16 breaks down to a 7, so we are receiving spiritual guidance, spiritual awakening, and completing the cycle. Divine order, y'all. All right, let me write these numbers down. So we have 9, we releasing. We have 16, a tower. There's some shaking going on. All right, y'all. So the houses we are working with today is, we have the first house. Okay, so we're working with some self-made concerns and vitality. We have the 5th house, the 6th house, the 4th house, the 2nd house, and the 3rd house. Okay, interesting combination, y'all. All right, and the zodiac signs we are working with today, y'all. Pisces, so we definitely dealing with some intuition as we dealing with our self-made concerns and vitality. And the Lord is bringing joy to his servant. We're making sure we're paying attention to the signs and synchronicities and listening to the energy that we are interacting with, because our intuition is key at this time, guys. So we got intuition. We have Gemini, definitely water. We got Cancer, so definitely make sure you're paying attention to your intuition. We got Aquarius and Libra. Scorpio, all the water signs are out here, y'all. So it's definitely some emotions going on. So we making sure we taking control of our emotions and not letting our emotions control us, as the Lord brings joy to his servant, okay? So we got Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. It's going to be interesting as we bring in balance to a situation, y'all, keeping an original thought. And we got Gemini, so people are being curious, okay? Okay, so the planets we are working with today, we got Uranus. So there's a little upheaval, restrictions going on, y'all. Okay, and we also got Mercury, communication, Neptune, Venus, North Node. Okay, we're working on our potential, y'all. And we got Saturn. Okay, so it's a little pessimism. It's all good. Sometimes you gotta be a little pessimistic, so that way you could take a step back and make sure you evaluate and observe the situation before you just jump right into it, okay? Because he said vet the spirits. Okay, guys? All right. So now let's see what message we getting out the secret garden later on in this experience. Okay, so we got 6 and 3, which is 9, 10, 12. Okay, we definitely completing out a cycle, y'all. Completing something, closing something, learning something. Okay, releasing something. So we're going to get message number 3 out of the secret garden later on in this experience. All right. Now, I pre-shuffled my cards before I came on camera. Oh. As soon as I put the ghost say, I'm going to shuffle it a little bit. This popped out, y'all. Somebody is getting a new perspective. I guess Spirit ready to give us the message, y'all. Because somebody is in tears. Okay. So we still got emotion out here. All the water signs are out here. Because they looking good on the outside, but they messed up on the inside. Okay, so somebody hiding their emotions, running from their emotions while they get a new perspective. It could be that ego death I was feeling in the air the other day. People are having ego deaths, going through dark night of the soul as their spirit is awakening. So let's see what's going on. We're not going to assume, y'all. We're going to see, because he's going to bring joy to his servant. But we put our trust in him. Okay? What this is? Red. Passion. Attraction. Power. Okay, people stepping into their power. They're finding their passion. Or people be stopping and taking a step back and observing their surroundings, because they're getting a new perspective as they receiving these new insights and these new downloads through this. What's this? Power, divine intervention, as we completing out these cycles. Okay, because people are going through a difficult time at this time. Okay, there's a lot of self-realization going on. I'm feeling like people ignored a lot of the easy warning signs, some little divine nudges that the divine was sending. And since they took too long to acknowledge the lessons and the patterns the divine wanted to show them during the spiritual awakening, they had to go through a tower. Their life had to get shaken up. Because when the divine wants you up, he's going to wake you up. Okay? Because he needs you. So I know it may be a difficult time right now. And there's a lot of information to grasp at once, but it's okay. You ain't got to get it all at once. Long as you're making progress to get better each day, that's all that matters. Long as your faith is big as a mustard seed and you keep pushing forward with gratitude, with a new attitude, and be open to gaining a new perspective. Keep an open mind, okay? Because a lot of people is saying yes to the dysfunction and no to their healing. But us, Divine Collective, we're not doing that anymore. Because we're noticing these people who are choosing to stay stagnated and stuck. And because we're taking that time to get a new perspective, we can see these chaos agents coming a mile away. These energy vampires. Okay, so the divine is preparing us. He's preparing us and equipping us for battle. So we know how to deal with this silent war. Because once we heal what's going on inside of us, quiet that battle and that war inside of us, we'll be able to see with a new perspective of what's going on outside of us. So when these chaos agents or these manipulators and these opportunists and energy vampires try to come at us, oh no, we'll be ready. Because we'll see that they ignored their healing and said yes to dysfunction. And we are not entertaining them low vibrational people anymore. Because we recognize their bad vibes and bad energy. Because we know what good vibes and good energy feel like. Because we gained a new perspective, stood in our power even though it was difficult. And we didn't ignore our healing. And things are getting spicy. Ooh, child. Okay, so what else is going on? Some people are living in apathy. Or some people are tired ignoring living in apathy. And they taking a step back to get that new perspective and find out, why do I not feel fulfilled in life? What brings me joy? What brings me bliss? So people are doing self-discovery to find out, why do they feel so unhealed in their life? And why do they feel powerless? So people are taking a chance to find that new perspective. And some people, their fate is sealed. So the ones who wanted to stay attached to low vibrational situations, we can see their fate is sealed. And they are stuck and they are stagnated. They chose to be aligned with low vibrational people. They chose to be our adversary. And now that we see these people don't want to heal, they choosing dysfunction and they want to live in apathy, in that victim mentality, we have to move accordingly. Because those of us who love ourselves and care about ourselves and over self-sabotaging to save somebody who don't want to save themselves, we got to be the example and show them how it's really done. So we saying yes to our healing, even though it's difficult. We're not ignoring it because we're over living in apathy. We want to live in pure joy. And the divine gonna give us that peace that surpasses all understanding, because He gonna bring joy to His servants as we put our trust in Him. Because without faith, it's impossible to please God, and faith without action is no good. Okay? So I'm feeling on both spectrums, y'all. I'm feeling the high spectrum and the low spectrum. I'm feeling like a lot of people is stepping into their potential. Even though it's difficult, healing is difficult. Transformation is difficult, but a lot of people is willing to be broken down, to be built back up in divine's image, and not this image of low vibration, okay? And there was not absolute. Oh, okay. Their way was not absolute. It was outdated. People are starting to see that these low vibrational people who want to stay stuck and stagnated, their way is not absolute. It's outdated. That's why people are gaining a new perspective, taking a step back and stepping into their power, because they are seeing people is making life more difficult than what it is. So they're quieting out the noise so that they can hear the divine's signals, signs, and synchronicities, His whispers, in the way He want to guide us towards our soul destiny. Because there are many paths that's going to be illuminated to us, but doesn't mean He wants us to go down every path that comes our way. That's why He is teaching us discernment. That's why He's taking us and putting us a step back so we can get a different perspective and be observant. So we understand what our intuition feels like. So we understand what discernment is, and understand what boundaries you need to enforce. Because you got to make this choice for you. Nobody can get your soul right but you. So He needs you to see that. And also, why he got you seeing this, He needs you to see how there are people deliberately staying dysfunctional. They're choosing this. They may talk out their mouth saying they want to heal and they love and light. Watch their actions and feel their energy. Their fate is sealed, because their actions is choosing to stay stagnated and stuck. They're wearing a mask. So pay attention to when that mask slip. You're going to really see who they are. They not loving light. Pay attention to their energy, because energy never lies. Okay, y'all? So this is what He's training us for. That's why we're going through this spiritual awakening. So that way we can know how to fight this silent war, and we know who we're aligned with, and there's no confusion, because the divine is clarity. He do not want us to be confused about what energy and people, places, and things that we are entertaining or interacting with or connecting with in our lives. Okay, guys? All right. So far, I'm liking this energy. It's an interesting energy, y'all. All right, so let's get a little more information in this situation. Yeah, because the pathway is being cleared to the divine collective. What number is that? 5? No, that's 8. Yeah, cause and effect. What you put out is what you get back. So since we released what no longer served us, and we took time to go and heal ourselves, our pathway is being cleared, because we're receiving that good vibes and good energy that we put out, y'all. Okay. And it may have been difficult, but as long as we standing in our power and aligning with the divine, anything is possible. He would take everything made for our bad and turn it into our good, okay? And people are in their thoughts about it. A lot of people are thinking. They're in consciousness. We got Mercury out here. They're doing an audit, doing some self-reflecting about their belief systems, about their way of being, maybe even their morals, things, their traditions. Ooh, and that's a 16, guys. That's our angel number. So definitely some divine intervention. God is bringing the truth to the surface, and people got to face their shadows. They got to face their traumas. They got to face a lot of difficulties that were put into our lives for a reason. And once we take a step back and acknowledge it and get a different perspective, we'll see nothing was here to hurt us or to shame us, but to make us stronger and better people. Okay? Because we got to raise our frequency and our vibration. And the best way to do that, you got to get uncomfortable. Because when you're comfortable and you happy with what's going on, you're not going to change nothing. You're going to be like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So that's when the divine got to come and shake up your life to show you it needs fixing. Okay? So that's why it's not going to stay the same. Because He needs us to know we got to move. We got to do something. And this could be a community. He's waking up His divine community. He wants us to see reality for what it is and not for what we want it to be. So a lot of us is coming out of the illusions. What's that? Yeah, and know what work we are putting in. Is this work we're putting in for a man in the 3D, or is it something that when the divine looks down on us, he can be pleased with? So that's why we're doing some self-discoveries and taking a step back. So we know what we are doing is pleasing to the divine, and that we are aligned with his order and his will, and not man's will and man's order. Okay? And also, are we taking time to release our ego? Because ego will lead us in a lot of places we don't need to be. So we need to sacrifice our ego, our flesh, so we can walk in our spirit and strengthen our spirit, strengthen our spiritual muscle. So that's another reason why we get a different perspective. Because a lot of us got our perspective from our ego. And ego ain't going to lead us nowhere in a good place. Tell me more, spirit, please, and thank you. Yeah. People are starting to see this thievery that's been going on with humanity, for our energy, for our consciousness, for us to wake up spiritually. And a lot of people that are gaining this new perspective, they're realizing we're not letting people steal our spirituality, our creative thoughts, and our energy anymore. And this is coming from the courthouse. This is a divine decree. That's why at this time, right now, people are waking up spiritually. We are receiving spiritual awakenings. So the community is in their thoughts right now about this work they put in to steal, kill, and destroy the collective. And this is the lower vibrational community. That's why okay, I'm going to separate it, so I'm going to get clarity, y'all. The divine collective and the karmic collective. That's how we're going to separate it. Okay, so the divine collective is getting a new perspective, stepping into their power. They're seeing how difficult certain people, places, and things are. Because they're seeing that by ignoring what's going on in front of them, they're going to continue to live in apathy while people say yes to the dysfunction and no to the healing. And things are getting spicy because the divine collective is over this low vibrational way of life. They're seeing that these karmic's way is not absolute, it's outdated. And due to this tower, the divine collective is in their thoughts about how this community went on its work and labor to steal, kill, and destroy the divine collective. And this decree is coming from the courthouse. Now on the lower vibrational tip, the karmics, they see that the divine collective is gaining a new perspective, and they're finding it difficult to step into the light because they are stuck. They learned too many ways of lower vibration, so they're stuck. They can't understand light the way they need to. So that's why they just don't understand what's going on and how to break out of this outdated mentality, because they're in their thoughts about the work that they did and this thievery, and all they can think about is how karma is coming down on them because they're not receiving joy because they didn't put their trust in the divine. So now they're receiving all that backlash, all that boomerang and backup energy that they sent out to the divine collective for being dysfunctional. And now their fate is sealed. Okay, and as their fate is sealed, we are healing at this time. All right. Yeah, because sudden wealth is coming to the divine collective. And that could be sudden wealth in emotions, more spiritual abundance, consciousness, gaining new traditions, self-discovery, love for yourself, or physical. Okay, let's clarify this, bro. Spirit, please and thank you. Why they in their thoughts? Okay, they in their thoughts about the innocent. It could be about the children or innocent because they know what they did. And that's a 9 because the divine collective and the innocent or children release will no longer serve their spiritual journey. And they in their thoughts. They didn't think we would grow collective. They thought we was going to stay stuck and stagnated. And they thought they were going to be able to continue to manipulate and play them little mind games. But the divine woke us up because we needed a new perspective. We needed to see through the illusions and this confusion because the divine didn't design us to be that way. Okay? He wanted us to stand in our power and step into our passion. And this could be a high honor community that was doing this to the divine collective, wanting to keep the divine collective suppressed consciously through connections, through spirituality. They try to keep us stuck, y'all, in this outdated mentality. But no, no, no. That's why this awakening is going on. The divine, he wants better for us. We got to outgrow this low vibrational mess. And this could be a main male who is helping gaining a different perspective. This main male could be a high honor main male who's helping gain a different perspective about this community that put in this work to steal from the divine collective. And he sees that they said no to their dysfunction. They said yes to their dysfunction and no to their healing. And they're ignoring all the signs of synchronicities because their thinking is outdated. And he's seeing they choosing to stay in apathy. Tell me more, spirit people, thank you, about this main male. Yeah, in a distant horizon. This thief, something's going to happen to this thief. This thief is going to be released from the collectives. Something going on in a distant horizon. Tell me more, spirit people, thank you. To a privileged lady. This community fate has been sealed for being thieves to the divine collective. But I'm feeling it could be this main male and a privileged lady that are innocent and high honored people who gained a different perspective about these thieves in a distant horizon because they beliefs would no longer serve them. And that's going to be what they in their thoughts about. And also what I'm feeling, this low vibrational community that's in apathy and is being dysfunction with an outdated mentality. They in their thoughts about how this high honor male and privileged lady overcame their dysfunction, their difficult dysfunction. Because they're seeing that these people are aligned with the divine, and the divine is bringing joy to his servants. Because they trusted in him. And he's helping them get out of this low vibrational situation. Yeah, they wanted... Oh, okay. So it looks like the low vibrational people, they going into poverty. It could be a mature female. She's going into poverty because of the work she put in for being a thief. And that's bringing her despair. Okay. And they expecting that. All right, y'all. This is interesting. Definitely interesting information. Okay. Let's see how the universe wants us to handle this situation, y'all. Some celestial insights. Yeah. Link attract. By us taking time to get a new perspective, you are attracting people and opportunities that align with your energy. Are you dissatisfied with your current surroundings? Shift your mindset and energy, and you'll begin attracting what you desire. I know that's right. That's why people get a new perspective. By switching your mindset and your energy and stepping into your power, calling back your power, stepping into your passion, doing that self-discovery, I'm feeling like that's what's attracting this privileged lady and this main male. This low vibrational karmic community, the work they did, that they put in, was to cause harm to them, to the divine collective. And the courts had to step in to handle this situation. I'm feeling spiritual court had to step in for the divine to show, my collective is favored, highly favored and blessed. Okay, that's why they high honor, and they're innocent. They're innocent. All this stuff that this karmic collective did to God's chosen collective people. Oh yeah, their fate has been sealed, and they in apathy. And people are seeing their way of being is outdated. It's not absolute. And this divine collective could be receiving insights through telepathy or their intuition. Your intuition is connecting you with others. Have you experienced a moment of deep understanding with someone? Pay attention to these subtle connections. They could hold the answers you need. So and that's why all this water is out here. And we have 16, okay. So the divine could be sending them downloads, or they could be feeling each other energy. And that could be helping them get a new perspective too. Okay, tell me more, Spirit, please, and thank you about this divine collective. Yeah, because they are awakening their potential. They're awakening to their gifts. That's why they're taking this time out to take a step back and get a new perspective, so they can heal, quiet out the noise, and find their power, step into their passion, doing that self-discovery. Because they're going to awaken their potential. Your inner potential is awakening, and new opportunities are appearing. This is a time for growth and self-discovery. Be bold in exploring new ideas, and your hidden strengths will reveal themselves. Yeah, so by gaining a new perspective, excuse me, y'all, by gaining a new perspective and healing yourself and doing self-discovery, you can find your hidden strengths, things that you didn't even know. That's what we got right out here. Your hidden powers, your hidden strength, your hidden passions. Okay, guys? That's why we have to listen to our intuition and open our mind, free our mind from the noise of society, so we could clear our crown chakra, get that fog out, so our antenna can receive the messages properly from the divine, okay? And that's what I'm feeling this innocent, high honor, divine collective is doing. And what that add up to a 4, so they building strong foundations by using their intuition, waking their potential, and getting this new perspective, and taking time to heal, even though it's difficult, because they see that these low vibrational karmics, their perspective is outdated. Tell me more, Spirit, please, and thank you. Ooh, a Lord to cherish. Okay. Cherish the beauty that attracts you. Have you been too busy to appreciate the good things around you? Take time to enjoy and value the moments and the people that bring you joy. I know that's right. A Lord to cherish. Cherish the joy, because the Lord is going to bring joy to his servants. So take time and be grateful and thankful to the divine that he's giving you these new insights and giving you a new perspective, okay? And bring you towards people and people, places, and things that resonate with your soul, okay? So we're going to be grateful and thankful that we seeing these signs of synchronicities and listening to our intuition and waking up to our potential, okay? I know that's right. That's interesting, y'all. Let me get one more, Spirit, please, and thank you. We got Venus out here, so we want to make sure we're being creative, tapping into our sacral chakras, so that way we can be creative and expressive between beauty, love, and art. I know that's right. And that's going to help us find clarity, definitely, because the divine is clarity, not confusion, okay, not illusions, clarity. And clarity will help you see the truth through these illusions, okay? And that's what's going on here. Even though these illusions is difficult, because sometimes the most manipulative, hurtful people that are in our lives are the ones closest to us. That's why sometimes stepping back and getting a new perspective, it can be difficult. It can be difficult stepping into your power and getting a new perspective, because we may have known these people, places, and things for a long time, and we built a strong rapport, a strong bond with them. Even though the bond is dysfunctional, we still learn to love them for their shortcomings. But now that we see that's not how the divine designed us to be, and this is not his ways, we have to reprogram and deprogram ourselves to get a new perspective, to see that these people are not for us. They keeping us away from our soul's journey. They keeping us delayed and detoured from our purpose. And that's why the divine is bringing joy to his faithful servants, because he wants us to see through the clarity and through these illusions. And that's why see with clarity through these illusions. And that's why he's giving us clarity, because he wants us to be on point. He wants us to have a strong discernment and strong boundaries, so we know what gifts are from him and not from him. Okay? He's giving us direction, y'all. Clear vision is leading you forward. Have you been feeling uncertain? Clarity is emerging. Take action with confidence and trust your path. Yeah. So he's bringing joy to his servants for trusting in him. And he's giving us clarity so we can see which way we're going. So we know what direction we're moving in, and we know how to move forward instead of keep going around in the same circles. on that hamster wheel. That's why he's showing us these patterns and these people, places, and things, and spiritually awakening us to our potential, so we know how to interact with the 5D with our intuition and not keep getting blindsided by these low vibrational people. Okay, so that's why he's teaching his divine collective, his innocent divine collective, how to see these counterfeits coming. Okay, y'all. All right, this is interesting. I'm enjoying this energy. Yeah, but people stepping into their purpose. The divine got a purpose for us. Your purpose is guiding you forward. Have you been feeling lost? Refocus on what truly matters to you and pursue the things that bring meaning and fulfillment. So if your life doesn't feel fulfilled or feel like it has any meaning or direction to it, you definitely need to take a time and take a step back and reevaluate that. Because then that means you're not aligned with the divine. You're not living in your purpose. You're not living in your potential. You're still going through karmic lessons and patterns and curses that you need to break and recognize. That's why taking a step back, quieting out the noise, and getting a new perspective, it may be difficult, but it's definitely needed. Because a lot of ways that people are doing traditions, people, places, and things is not absolute. And this could be an outdated mentality that we need to upgrade. Okay? All right, y'all. Let's get a little more information in this situation. Interesting energy, y'all. All right. Let's see how the universe wants us to handle this situation, y'all. We're gonna go with some clarifying situations. Alright. Yeah. Because he's building us a shield of resilience. We gotta learn how to be resilient, y'all. Like these trees. Employ your shield of resilience, guarding against external pressures while nurturing your internal strength and love and care. I know that's right. So he's teaching us how to enforce boundaries. And these boundaries is not to harm anybody. It's to protect us, to protect our inner goodness, to protect us from being contaminated by these lower frequencies. It's helping to protect us from these external pressures of life that could delay and detour us. And while we are putting up this shield of resilience by enforcing our boundaries, it's going to help us protect our inner love and our career, our soul's purpose. Because now we have something to nurture, something to take care of, something we want to protect. Okay? So that's why people are gaining a new perspective. They realizing, I got something worth protecting. I got something that's valuable. And these low vibrational adversaries know this about you. They see the light in you, and that's why they want to come and drain your energy, delay and detour your path, and take you off your purpose. A lot of low vibrational adversary people see your purpose before you even do. Okay? That's why I'm taking a step back in a new perspective, putting that shield of resilience up, enforcing boundaries, and strengthening our discernment and our spirituality is crucial at this time. That's why we are awakening to our potential, because the divine tired of seeing these low vibrational adversaries take advantage of us. Okay? And try to pull one over on us. Because now that we see with clarity through these illusions and delusions, we know how to handle them effectively. And he's equipping us. Okay? So just because he called you, you ain't got to be equipped. He want to equip you. So you ain't got to worry about having it all together. He going to get you right. Just keep an open mind, an open heart, and be willing to gain a new perspective. Okay? Oh, yeah. Because we over living in fantasy land, y'all. What that say? Make sure everyone involved is being realistic and on the same page. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Make sure everyone, people, places, and things that you are interacting with that you are involved with is being realistic. Not delusional, but realistic. And y'all are all on the same page. That way you know y'all moving effectively and y'all are aligned with the divine's orchestration. And these are people that resonate with your soul. And these people are on the same mission as you, and they flowing in the direction that you need to go. Okay? It's only right. Tell me more, Spirit, please, and thank you. Yeah. Oh, Spirit talking, y'all. Because that's going to help us in this resurrection. As we resurrecting our mind, resurrecting our spirit, we coming back to life, y'all. We getting out of this apathy. Resurrecting from this apathy. way of life, y'all, okay? Shake off the past. Shake it off, y'all. Shake off the past. And rise again. I know that's right. Reinvent yourself. Make sure I said that correctly. Reinvent yourself. Like reinvent yourself. That word coming out weird out of my mouth. Okay, reinvent yourself. And you will rise up from the ashes even more powerful. I know that's right. That's why I say he's breaking us down to build us up. So nothing is wasted. We went through this difficult stuff for a reason. Because he's going to reinvent us. Reinvent us back to our original default settings. So we could be back to being our most authentic self. And the way he designed for us to be. So he just resurrecting us back to life. Because we've been walking around like zombies. Sleepwalking, not paying attention. Oh yeah, he waking us up. That's why we spiritually awakening. Because he got to resurrect us, y'all. So we can be reinvented into the purpose that he has made for us. And bring joy back to us through clarity, waking our potential and our intuition, and letting us be attracted to the beauty that he brings to us, okay? And we're going to be even more powerful. Because he's going to take these ashes of our life that we thought was disintegrated. He's going to take these ashes and turn it into something beautiful and birth something new. Okay, he's gonna resurrect us, reinvent us. I don't know why that word's so difficult for me. Reinvent us, okay? As we travel through the desert of isolation. So a lot of us is taking time to be isolated at this time, so we can gain a new perspective, because you got to quiet out the noise so order you can hear the whispers from the divine. So traverse the desolate spaces of solitude to uncover reflections and resilient survival. And we said we got to be resilient. My shield of resilience. Yeah, that was on the bottom of the card. We got to be resilient. So that way we can handle the pressures of the outside world as it's, pressing on us. Because we're going to protect our internal with love and care. And in order to do that, we got to take some time, quiet out the noise. Maybe some of us got to isolate ourselves to get a new perspective so we could be resurrected and reinvent ourselves. And that's going to help us do some self-reflection to help us be more resilient and learn how to survive stronger, because we're going to create stronger boundaries and stronger discernment. I know that's right. And strengthen our intuition. I know that's right. And gain a new perspective. Okay. All right, let me get another card here, please. Thank you. I'm going to take these two and we're going to close out. Okay. All right. So, yeah, we're going to trust the divine flow. Let go of attachments to outcomes and let the universe bring gifts. Yeah, because we attract. We don't chase, y'all. So we over chasing. We over chasing pleasure and running from our pain. So we're going to join the divine flow, okay? And we're going to let go of the attachments of outcomes and let the universe bring us what we need, y'all. I know that's right. So we're going to trust the divine flow as he resurrects us and reinvent us as we traverse the desolate spaces of solitude to gain a new perspective, okay? And step into our passions. I know that's right. And while we're doing that, we're going to self-embrace. We're going to step into your own love and acceptance. For when you love yourself, everything else falls into place. I know that's right. That's what I said earlier. We taking the time out to silence out that quiet war in us. That's why we getting a new perspective. That's why we taking this time to heal and do that self-discovery. Because as you doing that self-discovery and quiet out that inner war inside, and you integrate your shadow, your light, your masculine and feminine side, it will help you to love yourself better. And as you love yourself better and step into your self-love, everything outside of you will fall into place, y'all. Self-embrace. I know that's right. As we flow with the divine flow, he will bring joy to his service because we trusted in him. And we took this time to take a step back and go into isolation to gain a new perspective. Even though time was difficult, we still took the time to choose the divine in ourselves. Okay. And he reinventing the divine collective with clarity so they could awaken into their potential. I know that's right. And it's leaving this karmic collective in their thoughts because they can't believe how the divine saved and showed his collective favor. They can't understand it. So they still stuck in apathy. But their fate is sealed. So ain't nothing they can do about that. Okay, y'all. This was interesting. Very, very interesting. So let's see what message we in number 3. Okay, message number 3 out the secret garden, y'all. Okay. Message number 3. Okay. So message number 3. If you don't learn from the past failed lessons, when faced with the same lesson again, you will feel like you was burnt twice. Divine doesn't want that for us. That's why he's making sure we learn the lessons and see it for what it is, with clarity. And taking this time to awaken our potential and gain a new perspective. Because he's over us keep getting burned twice. Because some of us done seen the same lesson more than twice. We've seen it multiple times. But now he's showing us the pattern. Because that's why we feeling this tower, this pressure even more. Because we need to wake up. He got a purpose and a mission for us, okay? As soon as we realize that and step into our passion, it won't feel as difficult. Right now, in the beginning stages, yeah, it can feel a little rough, a little tough. But it's okay. Just stay focused, stay pushing forward, and your burden will start to lighten. It's a muscle. You got to keep practicing it every day, and then it just become like second nature. Okay, guys? All right. So on that note, Mr. Love, is there anything else you would like to add to the collective? It cut off. It's all good, y'all. He ain't want to play the whole music. But anywho, on that note, thank you to all my viewers, members, and subscribers. I deeply appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Thank you. And you guys, I commend y'all for getting a new perspective, taking the time out to quiet out the noise, because I know healing could be difficult. But it's time for us to raise our vibration and get a better quality of life and evolve. Do something new. See something new. Be something new. Allow the divine to reinvent us to being our most authentic self and being aligned with his design as his will be done. It's only right because it's going to bring joy to his servants as we trust in him. Okay, guys, so enjoy the rest and best of your day. Enjoy the present because it's a gift. Now we're going to close out with the Lord's Prayer, y'all. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He restores my soul. He leads me on a path of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Your rod, your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. In the name of Jesus, amen. Love, peace, joy, kindness, and prosperity are the traits and essence of the divine. As you go out into your journey of life, remember to be the God someone sees today. You may be the only God someone sees today in this divine energy war. Until next time, may the divine peace, love, and blessings be with you. Mwah.